quadruple espresso.
There you are, Octo. Welcome, everybody. It is Tuesday, January 9th, 2024. It's another FiatLeak live stream, and we are joined by Octo, the TA expert who keeps jumping on and off the stream. Is he back?
Hello.
You may hear him, but he keeps jumping off the stream here. Let's see. There he is.
On, I think. Yeah.
Octo, we have, you're sounding like Echo again. Could you believe that?
Oh, then it's definitely something to do with Streamlabs because I've barely moved.
Let me see if here. Talk again, Octo.
Yeah, check.
Okay,
Mic check.
I think it was my monitor. We're good. Alrighty. Okay. So, how is everyone doing today? Let us know in the chat. We have a lot to go over. A lot of movement, a lot of anticipation. With this ETF business. We also have some legal, governmental U.S. news to go over as well in regards to ETFs and taxes. We have a major dump from a new meme token that we've been talking about, which if you saw our thumbnail, you might know what we are talking about. And it's some other interesting news. But without further ado, Octo, how are you doing?
I'm good. Just keeping an eye on the market and doing a bit of trading as usual.
Nice. Trading is good. It's a good time to trade because if you know how to read the charts, you know how to position.
It is a mad time. Volatility has been all over the place, and we've seen some lovely new high from Bitcoin. Indeed. And everything that follows.
That's right. That's right. And speaking of Bitcoin, we do have a bet that the doors are officially closed to accept any new bets. But the bet is asking if Bitcoin will be above or below $46,200 on Wednesday, January 10th. So we're very close to that time.
Deadline,
and it looks like from the amount of Millix that has been tipped into this post, 15 people correctly put in their bets. So let's just get a general idea. We have above. Let's see, below, above. Okay, we got a lot of aboves, but here we go with the belows. It's probably a 50-50. It's looking like here. But, you know, currently, as we know, Bitcoin is... Let's see here. It is $46,757, about $557 above the mark. So it's actually anybody's game, I would say.
It is, yeah. Anything is possible. I mean, I think the bet it's going to the deadline for it, for the price to be pinned, it's tomorrow, so midnight tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically your midnight, right? Because UTC's
UTC, it's
London
UK time at the moment, yeah.
Does that make you feel special?
Well, usually a little bit, you know. We are right in the center of the world.
You are.
Usually I deal with GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, and that's meridian number 0. I've been stepping on it a few times, right in the middle of Greenwich Park. Yeah, there's actually a golden line right in the middle of the Greenwich Meridian in the park.
So if you're on one side, it's going to be a different time zone versus the other side, or is it more of a... How's that work?
It's not actually. It's just where the meridian passes through, and it's exactly through Greenwich in London. And there's no different time. The only thing is that sometimes we have daylight saving its on, so GMT differs from UTC, and at the moment it's the same.
Okay. And is it true that that closet in Narnia, like to get to Narnia, is on that line as well? Is that true?
Oh, I haven't heard that one before.
Oh, okay.
It is possible, though. It is possible. A pretty cute little observatory next to it.
There we go. That could be the the gateway to all the
Secret
portals.
passage, yeah.
Yeah. Um, okay, so today we're going to start with some XRP news since we have, I wouldn't say a lot to go over, but it's just a lot of little bullet points that we compiled here. The main one being an article that we got from onthenode.com. Ripple ETF buzz grows. BlackRock, Grayscale lead the charge. Fidelity eyes potential spot ETF launch. Now, before I go into the points, Octo, have you heard or looked into this potential Ripple XRP ETF?
I did. I read a few things since, there has been a few bits of news about XRP lately, and the ETFs apparently, I was kind of surprised that they were waiting for April, but I think that's purely down to the fact that it will coincide with when the SEC lawsuit is about to probably end finally. This very long saga that's been going on with appeals and things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that would definitely give an extra bit of clarity to the whole crypto community, especially for XRP. And there have been applications put in already, but apparently, April, it's the time when they will officially be in.
Yeah, we made a tweet about this news yesterday on FiatLeak's X account, and I believe there was someone that commented saying that XRP or Ripple, they set the groundworks for an ETF application way before Bitcoin did. So apparently this has been in the waiting for a very long time. So I think it's almost natural, progression. If Bitcoin gets approved with a handful of ETFs, I'm sure XRPs to follow.
Yeah, I think we're going to have probably Ethereum before that. But as I was saying, if the date of April is just to coincide with the end of the lawsuit.
So in other words, it would have happened sooner. It's just because they're dealing with this baggage with the SEC. As soon as they kind of clean their slate with them, they're kind of like home free to do what they need to.
In fact, I was kind of expecting it to happen last year when the lawsuit was, it was kind of published that XRP won the case last year at some point.
Yes.
Around the summer or whenever it was.
Yeah.
And I thought that would have been the time when the talks about ETFs would have started, but the appeal just made everything slow down again.
Yeah, and it's the usual suspects as far as we have BlackRock, Grayscale, Fidelity, all involved in the planning for the applications. And so they're anticipating a launch by year end, applications to the SEC by April 2024. Let's see here. Anything else? Yeah, it's all more of the same. Guys, something funny happened. Me and Octo were talking before the stream, and we were talking about articles. And Octo said of articles, and the F carried into the word article. So I thought he said farticles. And we started laughing because, there's a lot of articles that are just a regurgitation of the same news cycle, just like reworded day to day. So like we would call them shit articles. So Octo unintentionally coined farticles. So we might be using farticles more often and may even have a hashtag trending on tangle.com. Let's make that dream come true, guys. Sponsored by Poof VPN.
A lot of hot air in the news.
A lot of hot air in the news. Shout out to everyone in the chat here. We have a lot of familiar faces. Who do we have here? Going from the top, we have Rajni, we have Price, we have Bora. Hello, Bora. We have Dabs. We have Russelli. How are you doing? We have, who else? We got Time Fungus, animator extraordinaire, the Walt Disney of our time. We have
King 555. We have Riazali,
SJHW, Nerone, Seattle John. God, we got a lot of people here. This is great.
Princesses.
We see some
And
new
we have
faces. Psych.
fully cerebral.
That's your buddy, isn't it?
No,
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of somebody else.
it's a fairly new user. I think I've been seeing him for a week. It has done some nice posting on Tangled.
So shout out to you, Cerebral. We got Geo Mac 57. We got Ahmad Jawa. We got a lot of familiar faces here. We appreciate all of you here, guys. Thank you so much. New Day Risen. So go ahead and start throwing your Tangled usernames into the chat. We'll compile them. And at the end of this stream, we're going to spin the wheel. And we are going to give away some Millix per usual. And I'm not sure if there's going to be 10 places or maybe more, depending on how good this stream goes. If you guys stick around, I'll be happy to give away more prizes. So stick around for that and go ahead and add your names into the chat now. So now what I'm going to do real quick off the side here, I'm going to make sure that I have enough to do a wheel spin. And Price, if you're still in the chat, if you can do me a solid and send me some Millix, and I'll send it back to you at the end of the stream. I just want to make sure I have enough Millix for the wheel spin. I hope you caught that, Price. I'll check back with you. So let's get back to the news here. We have some more XRP news. What do we got? We got Ripple CTO. Well, actually, before I read this one, it's kind of obvious why, but Ripple CTO reveals why he can't comment on XRP price. Ripple CTO Davis Schwartz refrains from analyzing factors influencing XRP's future price. Two main reasons cited: the potential for his analysis to be incorrect and legal advice cautioning against discussing factors affecting XRP prices. Before I continue reading this, if somebody is part of like, the foundation or a core team, or like, they have executive position for a company that runs the coin, anything that they say could influence the price. If it influenced the price, then they could be manipulating the markets. That's what I would think, just my instinct. So is this a farticle? Should we rate this a farticle?
Well, I think that was kind of a parenthesis in the article, but yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, let's skip this one then. Ripple, so here's the next one, guys. Ripple is not heavily dumping XRP, just stabilizing inflation, says Bill Morgan. Bill Morgan, an expert in law with keen interest in XRP, has stepped forward to clarify the details surrounding Ripple's significant 238 million XRP sales in December 2023. His insights provide a thorough examination of Ripple's actions and their implications. Bill Morgan clarifies that Ripple's December XRP sales were not a dump, but part of a strategy to manage inflation. The SEC lawsuit against Ripple acknowledges that Ripple's actions helped stabilize XRP's price. Morgan argues that Ripple's XRP sales are well considered given the fixed XRP supply. A few things about this. Yeah, a lot of people were speculating what was to happen after they took a big amount of XRP out of escrow and whether they were going to dump. But what's your takeaway on this?
Millions. Yeah, again, I think there was a lot of hot air back when this happened. There was a movement of over 200 million, like 230 something, and there was a lot of speculation about it. But I think this article kind of clarifies the fact that it was done for price stabilization, which is something that I have seen being done by a lot of different coins, especially exchange coins, like mostly every exchange, any large exchange have their own coin, like Binance and so on. And it's a kind of move that they do to stabilize the price.
And is this in a way to stabilize it, like to prevent arbitrage? Like if they see like there's big spreads in different exchanges, then they go and counter that to stabilize the market price. Like how exactly does it stabilize the price?
Well, stabilize it from being from fluctuating too much, more than stabilizing a price on a specific exchange to avoid arbitrage, in my opinion. Because XRP doesn't have its own exchange, so wherever they moved it, I believe when this was moved, it was from a wallet to a different wallet. Some of it then was spilling out into exchanges, so I don't think it was anything to do with arbitrage avoiding. But to keep the price a little bit more stable, which again, it's something that I have seen done a lot of other coins do a similar thing with buybacks or burning of their own coin to keep the price from being too volatile.
I see.
And XRP has a fixed supply, so they can sort of regulate themselves a little bit in that way and regulate inflation.
Okay.
Within this movement.
That's interesting. So that, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Question to you, and it's okay if please feel free to skip this one, but are you familiar with XRPL? Like the ledger?
XRP ledger.
Yeah.
Slightly, yeah. That's a separate entity.
Yeah, so this was a few years ago. I don't even know if it's still a thing because it just triggered me when in not a bad way, but it triggered me like a thought. A few years ago or a couple years ago, I remember there was a lot of news floating around about I think XRP had like their own decentralized exchange, but I don't know if it was a DEX, but it was like where different projects could actually mint their tokens on XRPL, and they had like their own little like I don't know if it's an exchange, but I think they use the XRP ledger to facilitate the trading.
It was more of a marketplace, I think.
A marketplace. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It wasn't actually like a
It's true, but it was mainly their technology being used for different things than the usual movement of assets, which is one of the main things Ripple has been designed for. I remember there was some extra things that you could do on XRPL, and it still is. They never really got involved with DeFi or anything like that, as far as I know. But it is basically just a company that's using the technology deriving from Ripple and using XRP as the token involved. Mm-hmm. It's not a token, but it was kind of used as a token.
Right. New Day Risen in the chat says that yes, it is a DEX. We will have to do our own research to see, because I'm completely ignorant, guys. I'm sorry on this one. But and then Dab says, I'm sure they do a lot of OTC selling to not affect price in regards to Ripple selling XRP. And their clientele would be banks and money businesses like what's that one? Well, what is it? The cross-border payment company that they were with for a while. There's Western Union, but it's not them. It was MoneyGram. That's what it is. I guess companies like that they would do OTC with. I guess. Yeah.
In fact, I don't think it was a DEX anyway. I mean, XRPL. It is. Yeah.
Let's ask the internet.
Sort of.
Let's see.
Ripple, it's a real-time gross settlement system, currency exchange, and remittance network that is open to financial institutions worldwide and was created by Ripple Labs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a Medium article says it's a DEX, but is it decentralized? Oh, XRPL.org says decentralized exchange. So I mean, they're saying it is. So. And I wondered though if XRPL. Oh, it seems like legit. It looks like kind of like a wiki format type site where you can. It's a repository, probably. Very interesting. I'm surprised that we don't see more stuff off of this. We get a lot of, we got Sushi Swap, Uniswap. We have Pancake Swap on Binance Smart Chain.
Right, yeah.
But as popular as XRP is and trusted amongst so many people, I'm surprised this is not more of a robust community of.
Well, I guess it's because the aim is, once again, like Ripple, it's aimed at bank and businesses.
Yeah.
In fact, XRPL Ledger says the blockchain built for businesses. It's for business.
It's funny that you say that. This is like, I was just watching a documentary recently on Tim Cook. And about Tim Cook's Apple and his reign on Apple, and he'll be leaving soon. And but before they talked about Tim Cook, they were talking about Steve Jobs, of course. And when Steve Jobs came back as CEO, he was able to recruit Tim Cook after a lot of pursuing because he provided him a novel idea. All the major computer companies were going after enterprise and businesses, large businesses, but no one was really focusing on consumers and exclusive consumer products. And I guess there was a big vacuum to fill, and no one saw it. And when he explained that, and I probably like previewed him like the iPhone and other portable devices, that was a selling point. XRP is definitely made for, big business, for cross-border payments, for partnering with banks and other financial institutions. But I think the spirit of it is definitely propped up by all the individuals that believe in it, and they have very, very eager and lack of better words, fanatical holders. They really believe in the project. Now, that this brings me to this. Speaking of Apple and phones, Solana releases a phone. It had an initial mediocre results, but then with the launch of Bonk, there was a big spike in the reselling market. Imagine if XRP released a product specifically to the consumers, how successful it would be in comparison to how, if Solana could do it and XRP did it and they did a consumer-based product, oh my God, I think it would just go through the roof. Just a hot take.
It would, yeah. I think it would, because the main thing they're selling, it's the ability of doing transactions at very low cost and very safely. And launching a product with a platform where you could do this, it would kind of enter a little bit more the retail world instead of being mainly aimed at the business and financial world, or the banking. So yeah, it could be a big hit.
It would
I wonder if we're going to see a Ripple phone. I'm fairly sure we could probably see an app.
Oh, sure. I'm surprised there isn't
But
one
then
already.
again, the XRPL technology, it's already being used by other apps and businesses and banks to move funds of whichever type to wherever place.
Yeah.
So I don't know if having a specific one, it would really make much of a difference.
True. That's true. I'm always fascinated by, if you pay attention to the FiatLeak XRP map, every now and then you just see a really like fast stream of a lot of transactions going to South Korea. I believe it's through Bithumb, which is one of their major exchanges there. I mean, the people there buy a lot of XRP with their fiat currency. I mean, USD is common to see the flow, the way it's going, because on the FiatLeak map, we include US-based stable coins like USDT. So you're going to get that because, a lot of people around the world, they'll use USDT to trade XRP. But man, like, that's actual fiat currency right there from South Korea, just purchasing volumes of XRP. Japan as well. I see a lot of action in Asia. That's for sure.
Although on their exchanges, they do trade with with USDT and sort of dollar-based stable coins.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, and that would fall into that stream. That's USD, which is that one on the left. But for the ones who are actually converting their fiat currencies, this is what FiatLeak is all about. It's showing you people converting their traditional, money into digital currency in real time. It's
right.
So fascinating.
Going in and coming out.
I know.
The little arrow.
That too. Yes, coming out as well.
It's great because you get to see it's entering or exiting the market.
Yeah. And there's a detailed view. If you guys go on the map, if you click on display, right below the little map icons where the coins are flying out of, you can add details. Albeit they're very small, it'll give you further details of how big the transaction is, and I believe it tells you if it's a buy or sell. And of course, if you want to see if it's a buy or sell, you can tell by the arrows in the transaction stream just below the price. So
I like the hovering over those little candles volume. You only get to see the amount on the larger one. But if you hover over it with a mouse, you can see every single one, how much it is. It's just reflecting what's in the live stream of transaction.
Yeah, those candles are one of the things that we kept from the original iteration of FiatLeak from back in the day. They had that, and we definitely wanted to keep that because it's very quintessential FiatLeak. Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, so the market's taking a little bit of a dump today. We have 15 gainers and 48 losers in the market summary at the moment. But nonetheless, it looks like XRP is trading at over 365,000 per minute. Definitely haven't seen it gone below that. So definitely still very active. Again, a lot of action in South Korea from Upbit, Bithum, and others. But let's get back to the news. Before we go into the news, let's see if we have anything in the chat to look at. She's got a lot of people. This is great.
Yeah, the chat is very lively.
Very lively. Okay. Let's see here. Maybe we'll jump into some Bitcoin news since it is Tuesday, as we said. So that means tomorrow is the deadlines for applications. Am I right about that, or is that wrong?
I think the deadline was the 9th, and it was for any amendment to be done to the applications.
Oh, I see.
The application deadline was December 29th, I believe. But yeah, we've seen the 8th or the 9th of January. So yesterday or today was the deadline for when you could, do any kind of changes. And there have been almost everybody have actually amended their applications, changing volumes. And I think a lot of it's mainly been to the fees. There's been kind of a race about the fees that were going to be charged for transactions on the ETFs by every applicant. And it was funny because I think it was BlackRock that started with a 1.5% transaction fees for their ETFs, and someone else then came in with a 0.2%, and everybody's been changing, trying to go lower, to have that sort of lead on. I think somebody's even offering the first few months of transactions feeless, without fees.
Wow.
To grab the attention of the users.
That's capitalism right there, man. Competition. Brings the price down, and the consumers win. So I wonder who's offering the smallest fees right now.
It was. I don't think I have it open. I think the smallest was 0.2 or 0.25%.
Wow.
And it wasn't by one of the top 3 applicants that I could recall by memory. I'll have to look it up. The race for fees. I think it was one of the articles from yesterday.
While you look at it, I'm going to make a quick prediction. If for some reason they deny all applications, I think we'll see it drop to 38 or 39, maybe even 36. If one gets approved, if just one gets approved, we're definitely surpassing 50K without a doubt. Without a doubt. And that is my mediocre take. It's not a hot take. It's a lukewarm take. I think that's just very realistic.
It could be in the cards, as they say. Because, negative outcome for tomorrow, it would definitely lose confidence to a lot of traders. There could be a massive sell-off, take profit while it's still high, kind of thing.
Exactly.
And that could give us the almost certain predicted correction to 38, 39K or something like that.
I mean, and those are just like the weak hands too. There are probably a lot of people that don't have a lot of exposure to Bitcoin or long-term history or
Yeah.
experience with Bitcoin. They're in it for the rally. But for someone,
The thing is that the way things are moving, the way I see all the ETF applicants and the market movement of some of the large holders, it kind of feels like it's already been approved. Some of the things that I've seen moving, they wouldn't really be happening if they didn't have a good 90% or more certainty that they were going ahead with it.
yeah, I do agree because it does take a lot of resources
It
as
did
well.
look a little bit,
Yeah.
it would be very uncautious to do some of the movements. There was a possible negative outcome from tomorrow's decision.
Abid Hussein, aka Roshni, says it will remain under 50K if it's approved Friday or for today. So I think what he's saying, like even after it approves, it's going to remain under 50K. Correct me if I'm wrong, Roshni.
I don't know about that. I think if it's approved, what I've seen in the last 3 days, well, since the beginning of this week, the last 2-3 days, including some of the weekend, there was a massive amount of volumes. Everybody was filling their bags in expectation of tomorrow's outcome. And the last 2 days, volumes are way down, almost down to weekend volumes. So it really feels like everybody is just there waiting for it. Whatever amount of money you could have afforded to fill your bags with Bitcoin, it's been used. And now it's just wait for that decision. If the decision is positive, we know there's going to be an inflow of a certain amount of millions in Bitcoin, almost like overnight, because it will start being traded on the stock market by large players. Therefore, everybody would expect it to go up in price. Therefore, everybody would start buying as quick as possible, to try and make that bit of ride that bit of profit.
Yeah.
So it could easily, I think, see the 60,000 very quickly if there is approval. I think 50 is a bit too conservative.
What's the all-time high again? I'm sorry, refresh my memory.
All-time high, about 69,000.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I remember like being north of 68.
Yeah. The average was around 69. Let's say.
Yeah. We're so close to surpassing that.
Yeah, the ETF thing, it's big, but I think maybe not big enough to drive the price over the ATH. I think the April halving could be more of a reason for that to be surpassed.
For sure. It's gonna factor into the overall performance of Bitcoin, and performance I mean by trading.
Because once you see something entering the stock market, Bitcoin will be the first cryptocurrency to be officially be traded on the stock market.
No doubt.
So much confidence for the retail side of the market as well, and any kind of investor that normally is kept their business mainly on forex or gold, petrol, you name it. It would give an extra very large bit of power to Bitcoin, and it could impact the price to a new ATH very soon.
Oh, for sure. I feel like the a lot of the investors out there who like to hold and trade commodities are going to love Bitcoin, who haven't gotten into it yet. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah. There's no other stock that can be as volatile as Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency.
Sure.
So, you could literally trade without leverage and still make very good profits.
Indeed.
Stock market, the forex market, it's got a completely different way of moving. And yeah, the strategies employed to trade would have to change on a new asset. It's like a new toy.
An asset that never goes to sleep,
Yeah, that's another big thing too. Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like we have about between 80 to 130 Bitcoins traded per minute, or trades. Yeah, Bitcoins traded per minute, which is quite a lot of money. If we go to the main page on FiatLeak here, we'll see what the amount is per minute.
It's totally a standstill for the market. I mean, the volumes 2 days ago, they were like 160 billion in 24 hours. Today we're down to 105. On Bitcoin, about 71, when the other day it was almost 100 billion.
Well, check this out. This says a lot. I mean, the thing I love about FiatLeak is like it presents you metrics and data in a way that you don't see in traditional, charts and whatnot. And just now it flipped, but the most value traded in the last minute for a while was just Tether, and now it's Bitcoin again on the top. But I would interpret that if now Tether's in third place, but Tether was on top, and I bet you'll jump back on it. But what that would tell me is like a lot of people are stabilizing their portfolios and selling.
Well, Tether is used to buy or to sell Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm. So people could be buying Tether to then buy Bitcoin.
Oh, that's right. If you buy Bitcoin, you're still going to have to buy it with something. And normally it would be Tether or USDC or any other stable coin.
Yeah.
You would have it there. Yeah, I love the way this map shows. It really gives you a good visual view of what coins are literally leading.
Trending.
The moment, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a big stream of, what was it? Was that Link?
On the left there, going inwards. Chainlink has been. I was surprised to see the price because I haven't looked at Chainlink for a while, and it was upwards of $14 a coin. Last I checked, it was something like 6 or 7. I traded Chainlink early, but go ahead.
Actually, it's been a little bit quiet on the news about Chainlink. Oh yeah, it is Chainlink. It is the hexagon, the blue logo one.
Yeah, it's definitely the leading oracle on Ethereum
blockchain. It has had a good steady amount of volume, really.
Sure.
Oh, there was something about Litecoin yesterday on the news as well.
Really, I looked today. I didn't see anything in that pot, but what do you?
No, there was something not major, but.
Let's see how Litecoin's doing.
Maybe like it was a negative record, like one of the lowest traded weeks in a long time, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, Litecoin's been quiet for almost like 6 years. I feel like at least
it's kind of like Bitcoin's ugly brother that nobody wants to look at. It does kind of maintain still a pretty good position on the top. Not 10 anymore.
Well, I think the problem is also the creator, the founder of Litecoin. I forget his name. He's just like basically washed his hands, I feel like, from the project. There's just been nothing exciting happening, which I can understand. He wanted it to kind of like take off like a Bitcoin. It's a simple, kind of internet money.
Like yeah. It's a very simple coin, and there's still a 5 billion trading volume with 65 market cap, 65 billion market cap.
I mean, that's still quite a lot of money.
No, sorry, I completely read the numbers wrong. It's 5 billion in market cap and 370,000 million in trading volume. That's below the standard 10%. So yeah, it's just sleeping, and it literally just slipped out of the top 20. Being taken over by Bitcoin Cash.
By Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah, Litecoin was
Kim.com's little darling.
And it's been taken over by Shiba, by so many other coins.
I had a premonition today that Shiba is going to have a rally soon. I don't know what it was, but because I go through the news cycles and I search each particular project. I just have and usually my gut feeling is right. And again, everyone, not financial advice. This is completely like bogus intuition, but I just feel like it's something's going to happen there soon.
Well, I think last week they announced for this week that the largest ever burning was going to take place, and it was like 1.2 billion or trillion of token. It was quite a lot. It was their largest ever burning, and there was a big transaction on the news 32 minutes ago. Yeah, an 89.88 million SHIB transaction.
Oh, wow.
$89 million worth of SHIB. One transaction, and it did spike the charts.
Now look at the market summary real quick. I hate to jump in so many maps here, but we were just talking about Bitcoin Cash.
Oh, wow.
But look at Satoshi Vision, Bitcoin SV over here. I do remember when it went all the way up to $400 some odd. I remember, but it's doing really well. And I've seen this a lot of times where, like, when the market is just bleeding, Bitcoin SV seems to be doing well. How, why, manipulated, who knows? But very interesting. And there are like quite a bit of diehards Bitcoin SV traders out there and holders.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think Craig Wright is Satoshi Nakamoto, Octo?
I don't know. I just read so many different things and speculative bits of news and facts, including that guy that claimed to be, and then he was sued, and there's so much going on about the true identity.
Yeah. The only thing that really... go ahead.
I find it very interesting that it hasn't come out yet, where it is.
Yeah,
because
I don't think it ever will.
I think eventually it will, because there will be a point where he might want to move something out of the big fat wallet full of Bitcoins that he has minted, that he has mined, the Genesis wallet, they call it.
Yeah. So was it that Craig Wright just had the closest proximity to any transactions done with Satoshi's wallet or something? I mean, I know he won the court decision. I don't remember in which country it was. Maybe Australia. I don't remember, but
yeah, I think so.
Or was it Miami? Actually,
I think it was down to an email more than anything.
Oh, really?
I mean, it showed that there was a connection between him and the project, or maybe the white paper being published. There was something to do with that. But it was kind of...
Yeah, it was December 8th, 2021. Miami jury rules in favor of Craig Wright. So actually, it was a court in the U.S., but was this a civil? Yeah, it's a civil suit. At stake was half of both the 1.1 million Bitcoin mined and held by Satoshi, and great. Big ad shows here, held by Satoshi Cash, currently worth around 54 billion. But this was 3 years ago. So
yeah,
whatever it was worth then, which we were near the highs then. 1.1 million Bitcoin. That's a lot of Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's about almost 5%, or about 5% of the total supply. Mm-hmm. Quite a lot. And now it's got a little bit more, because I think yesterday, the day before, it was kind of funny. There's an AI site that monitors all known wallets, one of them being Satoshi Sakamoto's supposed big Genesis wallet. And Coinbase donated or transferred about $1 million worth of Bitcoin into his wallet.
With what purpose?
It was yesterday. It's something to do with the ETFs. Some of the money that was received regarding the ETFs. And yeah, it was kind of weird, but it's true. I mean, that wallet has been dormant for over 10 years now. Nothing has moved in or out of it. And maybe it's just to associate themselves with, this mythological wallet owned by Satoshi Nakamoto.
Yeah.
So they thought, yeah, let's give him $1 million worth of Bitcoin. But
True.
yeah, that did actually happen.
Yeah, it's like giving a tribute to the god, you know?
Yeah, I think it's kind of like every project that gets made on Ethereum donating a big chunk of their coins to Vitalik.
True, but I don't know. I feel
Like
like
an
Bitcoin's
homage.
got so much more value.
Yeah,
But that's a big boy move right there. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's right.
They have FU Bitcoin money.
Yeah, that's like, okay, it is printed on stone, and on the blockchain, some of my Bitcoin, it's in that wallet now.
Yeah.
Whoever's it is.
Wow. So, not that this is much of any news, but everyone's favorite financial advisor, Jim Cramer, now says Bitcoin is topping out. He stated, quoted, "Let's stop fooling around. You want Bitcoin? Buy Bitcoin. But I think Bitcoin is topping out," said Kramer. Bitcoin added as much as 8% on Monday before giving back some gains, reaching as high as $47,100 for the first time since April of 2021. A signal historically associated with inverse bets may spell good days ahead for Bitcoin bulls as investors in the world's largest cryptocurrency awaits a key regulatory for an exchange-traded fund product in the U.S. Jim Cramer, a former hedge fund manager and host of CNBC's Mad Money, affirmed in a TV segment Monday that Bitcoin was topping out, just days after he claimed Bitcoin was here to stay. What a flip-flopper.
Yeah. Any news is good news.
You know, a buddy of mine, he and he's on Tangled. He goes by Apex Waggish on Tangled.com.
Right.
Yeah, he joined some sort of platform. It's like a trading platform where you put your money into different like portfolios that they manage for you. Like
okay,
like a
broker type portfolio where your funds gets traded.
I don't know why I can't think of it. It's like it starts with an E. Maybe because I'm thinking of ETF so much, I can't think of the word. But anyways, one of them were what they would do is they would any stock or whatever that Jim Cramer would say sell or don't buy or stay away from, they would
do the opposite.
They would do the opposite, and it was actually a very successful portfolio. So like single digit percentage gains, but definitely not losing money. So I think it was like
it's a strategy
8%.
that works though.
Yeah,
is it eToro maybe?
I don't know. It definitely wasn't
anyway,
eToro. Another one that they had was they would follow Nancy Pelosi's trades, and anything that she bought or sold, they would do like kind of like the same, and they do it for you. So I thought that was pretty cool. Something I should probably check out. And when I do, I'll post it on Tangle.com so you all know what I'm talking about. Very interesting stuff.
But in the world of different strategies, it's unbelievable how many are out there.
Nowadays,
paid or free ones. If you get into the rabbit hole of TradingView, for example, which is the world's biggest charting program, site, app, whatever you want to call it, there is so many strategies included in some of these platforms that let you trade with bots as well. They have follow a trader strategy. There is so many different ones, and that's basically been one of my ideas since I got to know crypto trading, which is statistically at least 85% of traders lose. Just pick one and do the opposite.
Right? Yeah, if it's
So it's just
85%.
another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
That's
also
true.
been the one, just follow Elon Musk on X, whatever he mentions, go with that.
Yeah,
And,
and
that's
short
been
it.
proven
And
successful.
short it. Time Fungus says always do the opposite of what Kramer says. You know,
That's it. Yeah. What
we
most
should
people say.
do a
Oh,
Tangled group, a group on Tangled where we all like help each other compile what like Kramer says, so then we can go and then we can log, kind of like the fantasy day trader, but maybe we'll do it in real time.
it's all about signals, yeah, and
Yeah,
that's why some of the strategies I use, signals, they come from all over the place. I take into account social media trends and keywords being used every day on across a variety of social media, for example, volume trading. There's all kind of things that can work to make a good signal that it's reliable enough to then be automated into a bot.
I mean, look at how the internet is bringing mankind closer together. We are social creatures, and every form of public communication is a data point. And if speculation is a key driver for, you know, a certain coin's performance, if we're able to aggregate that data and have them be indicators, I mean, that's, the beauty
Yeah,
of the internet, and if you're able again to, and also look at the unconventional things, like we have a lot of traditional means of getting our indicators, but you're touching on something that is like, it's like the Matrix, man. We're just this like organism that we are like an ant farm. There's individual ants, but they're all working
yeah,
towards one bigger picture, but they don't see it. Maybe we're all pre-programmed to do things, but if we're able to tap into the macro and then apply it into a cool trading bot, let's do
yeah.
it. Build it.
I think that's what some of these platforms are trying to do.
Yep.
And now that AI, it's been used to help a lot of these processes, it's very interesting, and
Sure is.
it could be, yeah, very useful.
It sure
Some
is.
of
I
the
mean,
most expensive and complicated signals that I've seen, they do employ strategies based on signals coming in from so many different things, yeah, that's been programmed to do that. It's not a simple task. I've been working with somebody fairly capable a couple of years ago about signals that you can already, buy and connect the API to a bot, so the bot will trade on based on those signals. And the amount of information coming in, it's it's based on so many different factors. It's unbelievable.
I mean, I feel like
Action
if,
size, exchanges, movements. You have to look at so many different things,
yeah,
and, uh, and you can still get it wrong. But once you get a good success percentage, like you do get some that have a 80-90% success rate based on those signals.
I have a prediction for the future. There has been a few politicians coming out proposing universal basic income, aka UBI. And now with the advent of generative AI and all these available tools and all these markets, these 24-hour markets, I feel like UBI is only going to be possible with AI and cryptocurrency. I just think it's gonna happen at some point. It's gonna be some sort of super AI machine, so to speak, that's going to be
Yeah,
handling all these different indicator inputs to be able to derive the best way to at least hit a certain amount of basic income for the citizens while also maintaining a healthy market and economy.
yeah.
It's
And
the
you
only
do have
way because man
universal
can't do it.
credit.
Social security isn't working anymore because it's too it's too basic in the way that the funds come in, and I'm talking about the U.S. here, and I'm sure like most countries have their own social safety net programs, but it's going to take something very evolved. And it's funny, if you watched Westworld, the show on HBO, they started kind of alluding to like this super mainframe mother of a computer that kind of handles, it predicts basically everything in life. But let's just boil it down to one target: universal basic income. I think it's an idea. It's science fiction right now, but the science fiction it's going to become a reality.
Yeah, it's basically a DAO.
Yeah,
and it could replace governments instead of eliminating all kind of
that too.
Well, it's actually being tested. It's funny enough, last year it was tested on some boroughs. Yeah, the council was replaced by a DAO.
Really?
Decentralized automated organization. So complete fairness all across all the applicable laws. And you eliminate corruption, you eliminate human error in so many ways.
You remove emotion.
Well, yeah. That kind of makes me think of RoboCop. But, not quite that far. The thing is that, for fun, one of the things I did a while ago was ask AI to design a perfect government, and the detail, give me like a detailed description of how it would design a government that could run the entire world, not just a country. It was very interesting. It was an eye opener, let's say. Like too much to get into detail now, but it was simple, effective, and very interesting.
What interesting time it is to be alive right now. A lot, I remember when the internet became more publicly accessible. Households started, getting accounts, dial-up modems, and the world changed, and it changed fast. Yep. I remember when e-commerce was like a hot word, and everybody was talking about e-commerce, and companies like Amazon came to fruition, and we saw how much the world's changed and how that affected brick and mortar stores and just our whole supply chain and shipping. Yeah. And we are in the precipice right now of seeing the effects of AI and how it's going to completely change our world. I don't even know what to expect, but it's going to be drastic. It's going to be drastic. It
is, yeah. It's moving fast, kind of like technology has been moving more in the last, 30 years than in the previous 3 centuries.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, just to think in the last 20 years how much we've advanced versus the previous 20 years. I mean, is that Metcalfe's law? Is that what that is? Somebody help me in the chat. What's it called? The exponential growth of technology. Let's see. Growth.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Law. It is Moore's law. Yeah. Exponential growth is the heart of the rapid increase of computing capabilities. The observation that the number of transistors on computers' chips doubles approximately every 2 years is known as Moore's law. So we don't have to go based on transistors, but if we just go on that alone, it's the exponential growth of technology. And we're going into the point where our hardware is becoming so advanced that we're going to be able to do so much on the software level, Yeah.
And I think the next step would be integration, Neuralink in.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean,
our brain with all this technology.
They say our phones are already an extension of our minds and our hands. It's like our new limb, And it's shaping the way we think. And you see how a lot of children are being raised into technology. A little quick fact. I know we're going away from crypto, but guys, I'm telling you, this is all hand in hand with cryptocurrency and the economy. But I have one friend who lives in Canada. They're raising 2 kids, and they keep them off tablets, off phones. And although they are very much present if we have dinner with them, and they're very inquisitive, and they're super smart, they're struggling a little bit in school because school relies on these technologies, so they're a little bit slower with the mouse and stuff. But then at the same token, you can see some children by the age of 1.5, they are on a tablet moving and navigating that thing like a grown
like a pro,
pro, and they know where to go and what to do. And so it's fascinating to see, how humans are basically integrating this into their everyday life, and therefore their frame of thinking and mind and processing. We are definitely going to be, we're already in the initial steps of being cyborgs. In other words, back to RoboCop, back to Neuralink. This is where it is.
Yeah, that was the fun fact I wanted to bring up, is that I saw again, Elon Musk, what he's doing with connecting. The human trials are starting this year of interfacing our brain with electronic devices to be able to control artificial limbs. He's actually doing it. It's working already. And it's quite incredible. I was looking how it works, and it's still kind of primitive in its stage, because,
sure,
of course, human trials, it's something that has to be approached with a certain
care.
But you can volunteer to do it, and the amount of people he was allowed to try this on already doubled, and they already have the individuals booked to do it and try it for the next few years. It is pretty mad how that works. He actually designed the bot who makes this operation of linking this tiny kind of wires to your brain, and that will connect to a small computer that can command your artificial limbs.
So it uses a robot to actually conduct the operation itself, because it's so fine and microscopic, maybe? Or
that's right, yeah.
That is so fascinating. We are living in the future. Science fiction becoming science fact.
Yeah, faster and faster.
That really is incredible. I am getting ready to put the wheel spin together. Make sure you put your names in. SJHW is collecting the names. So while he does that, we can go over maybe 1 or 2 more topics here. We do have some interesting stuff that don't have so much, market price implications, but it's just cool milestones in the history of where we are today. I believe it was yesterday. Yes. So Dogecoin's lunar launch, an exciting space journey, but the crypto market still awaits the full moon of value. This is a story on Dogecoin. So yesterday, the Vulcan rocket launched. So in the early hours of Monday, the Vulcan Centaur rocket, operated by the United Launch Alliance, successfully took off. In addition to carrying the Peregrine lunar lander as part of NASA's Commercial Lunar Payload Services initiative, the rocket carried a unique payload, a gold-plated Dogecoin. The launch, widely anticipated, did not generate the expected impact on the price of the cryptocurrency. That I would assume, why would it? But it just gives a little more notoriety. I guess it's a public relations stunt, but it's cool nonetheless. The fact that your cryptocurrency project has enough pull in our society that you end up having a gold Dogecoin headed to the moon, literally. That's before right, figuratively.
It did come out last year, the article saying, we're putting Dogecoin on the moon, and it's actually happening.
It's on its way right now.
Yeah. It is, a nice bit of a publicity stunt, like
but it's cool.
When Elon Musk put the first Tesla Roadster in space, he just strapped his car to a rocket and, yep.
It is getting ridiculous, like technology, science is getting us to the point where we can do funny stuff like that, like wouldn't imagine it 50 years ago, but here we are, and look at this. Solana has broken $100. I mean, it had a 24-hour high of $103, a low of $93, but we're at the $100 mark right now. And I bring this map up because we have some news here. Solana meme coins plunge over 70% after December frenzy. The fever surrounding meme coins on the Solana network appear to have settled, with recent favorite Bonk experiencing a steep decline of more than 70% from its December peaks. Analysts attribute this downturn to Solana's broader price correction, leading to loss of demands for SOL tokens and subsequent repercussions for tokens built on the Solana blockchain. You could chalk this up to many reasons, but I think the frenzy was just that. It was so bloated that people took profits, and if it's a 70% plus plunge, some people made out really well.
Yeah, I think it really was a bloated bit of news who made this incredible bull run to make Bonk the third largest meme coin. It was a lot down to the airdrop, everything made publicity for Solana. So it all worked out fairly well. And a lot of the people who managed to get their hands on the phone and were airdropped all these coins, they ended up selling it to pay off for their phone.
yeah, that too.
If they did, it was the good time, because it's kind of a common thing that it just keeps riding so much until it has to come down. 70%, it's a bit of a proper serious correction.
Serious correction, yeah.
Yeah. And it's the same thing that happened to Doge, same thing that happened to SHIB and all, the top meme coins, that they had this massive rise because of whatever reason.
There's some skilled surfers that go in, catch the wave, and ride out.
That's it.
Yeah.
They have to be taken, if you want to trade them, they have to be taken for what they are, and expect a similar kind of price action.
Yeah, don't be fooled.
Yeah.
So, and then we got one more news item here before we go into the wheel spin, and it has to do with Matic, everyone's favorite layer 2, Polygon. And not too much crazy news, but, on Wednesday, January 3rd, Butler hinted that Polygon Labs would announce a significant banking partnership on January 10th, which is tomorrow, whipping an excitement with the Polygon community. So a banking partnership. I mean, we could assume what that means, but, when it comes to banks, we always tend to think of XRP, but what do you think this might mean, Octo?
Well, this means exactly what it says, that it's something that Matic has been trying to do, and it's been on the news for quite a few times in the past 2 years, even more than that. There was the talk of partnering with Western Union. There was talks of, after showing that it has the ability of handling large number of transactions at low costs, one of their aims has been always to partner up with some bank or large, money handling kind of institution.
Sure.
And I don't recall the specific one they're talking about in this latest article, but it could be one of them. I think it's already being used by some fairly large company to do exactly what Ripple is doing with some of the banks and various banks around the world. I remember the big talk about Polygon in the past. It was MasterCard. Yeah, and that would be a big one.
Yeah,
and it was being compared to speed and amount of transactions per second, and it was already surpassing standard protocols like Mastercard, Shift, and any of those. So I would see that happening, although I think a lot of it's already happening under our noses without really being advertised that much for whichever reason. I think for reasons connected to fiat currencies in a certain way.
I see.
Yeah. Matic could be the one. I've seen it. I started trading Matic quite early. Polygon now. I still prefer to call it Matic because it was the initial name.
Yeah, same.
I like it.
Same.
And it has been one of my top gainers of, I believe, 2021. So I'm very grateful for all the work that I've seen them put into the project constantly since inception.
Definitely. I really feel like they're the ones who made the most ground in benefit to the Ethereum ecosystem, like by a long shot.
It was made to make Ethereum more accessible and to replace some of what Ethereum can do. And they've been venturing into ZK, zero knowledge, since last year, and they're pointing quite a bit of their efforts into that, which is, I think, where a lot of other projects are going. And Web3, and I think it still has a very good future. It's been sort of quiet for the last year in the news and price action-wise as well.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense. All the way to almost $3, and now what is it? It's still below $1. It's what, 80 cents or something like that. What's Matic doing right now? 78. Yeah, 78 cents. Definitely will start moving soon, and when it does, it will be a 3-4x very quickly.
I can see that,
like it did on its first bull run.
Yeah, I can see it hitting $3. no doubt.
The volumes and the market cap, it's there. It's still in the top 10, isn't it? Let's see its ranking today. Number 16. And that's not bad, yeah. He managed to keep within the top 20 for quite a while now.
Oh yes, yeah. It's definitely been. I mean, I'm surprised it's where it's at now. I would think it would be higher, to be honest.
Yeah, it kind of felt like. I mean, following the crypto market every day, like I do, and you too probably. You did notice as well, didn't you, that it was really not much in the news for the whole of last year.
Exactly.
Not much at all.
Exactly. It's the quiet before the storm. I've been through these cycles multiple times, and that's how it is. And nothing. I think their position is a very honest position because there's no inflated injections or anything like that to manipulate the price.
Yeah, exactly.
They stayed quiet. They let their project speak for itself, and that's
not many articles about it.
Not too many articles. That's true.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah. So guys,
that's a good thing. If you look at it in detail, you can see all the work that is still getting done. I follow most of the developers on X and other platforms, and there's still so much going on, kind of like under the radar, without being pushed to the public so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, go Matic.
So what do you look forward to this week? What obviously we have the ETF news. But what are you looking out for?
Crypto-wise,
or something that you're interested in too.
Yeah. Well, obviously, it's the ETF thing. It's something that will affect Bitcoin and therefore everything else. What I have my eyes on, it's, again, always on any kind of coin that is that it's a DAG. Because I think that will be the future for a lot of projects.
I agree, but I'm biased.
Quite interesting DAO that I've been keeping my eyes on, called People.
Oh
Well, the
yeah.
ticker is called People.
Like
Uh,
PPL?
Not People, like
Oh, okay.
people. The actual ticker, it's People. The
Okay.
name is oh, come on. Hold on. Sorry, no. I
No
can't,
worries. No worries.
can't find it.
We have quite a lot of people that are entered into the wheel spin today, and we are going to spin the wheel very shortly.
Yeah.
120 million Millix about to be distributed to all of you great people here on Tangled.
All right. How many winners I'm picking today? Is it still 10?
No, I upped it to 15. So 15 of you will be winning some
There's quite
Millix.
a lot of people on today.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. Let's see if I can make this wheel a little bit bigger. How do I do that? Like that? How do I collapse this thing on the left? That's definitely not it. Maybe if I make it smaller? What happens when I make it smaller? Is it gonna...
It should cut the
There we
framework.
go. Sweet. So give it a second, people. We're about to get some Millix to you.
Yeah. I think we should nominate, or at least give an accountancy badge to SJHW.
Yeah, that's a cool...
He's becoming the Tangled accountant.
Yeah, congratulate. Thank you, SJHW, for always stepping up to the plate and being the awesome FiatLeak live stream accountant and providing us with the names so we can stay focused on the stream and keep this ship on course. And I think that's a great idea, Octo. I think we should have an accountant or some sort of like, an accountant kind of badge and issue it over to him. That's a great idea. Yeah. So let me go ahead and spin the first one. First prize is for 1 million, and then we're going to go all the way up to 15 million. So yeah, so please continue, Octo. What do you have your eyes set on? What are some predictions, maybe?
There was people, and also purely I started looking into it because of the price action was quite insane last week. At some point, I believe the trading volumes were 8 times the market cap. So I started looking into, what is this thing? And it is a DAO that it's what kind of inspired me to write this story that I've published on Tangled yesterday, and that I'm going to publish a different chapter every day. And yeah, it's about a city running on a DAO. And this is a mix of...
Look at that. I didn't realize that when bringing up this whole conversation today, that you're literally... that's what that story is about. Because I saw the post and I noted to read it through because it's a conversation. Yeah, and I absolutely will.
You're in it.
I'm in it. Okay.
It is funny because it's about a city that will, expand and do many different things, running on a AI DAO and a cryptocurrency with many interesting developments. So I don't want to give away the next chapters because I'm only on the second one, and there are 6.
That's super cool. It's funny, like we're on the same frequency, and I swear to you, I did not even put 2 and 2 together that that's what your story is about.
Yeah, this DAO and the project, after reading and checking out this People coin and what it is and what it does, it's very similar to what we were talking about before.
Wow.
It's this decentralized automated organization where you can... Well, the people are in control. There is a consensus system. There is voting for new ideas, and there is new dApps to be developed by the public on this platform. It is actually its own platform, a decentralized platform that then runs on their own token, where transaction, cross-chain, and application development, everything is possible. And it's quite interesting. I mean, DAOs, they can be, as I was saying before, something that could literally run a country if set up properly. And I think what this People coin it's doing, it's one of the very first steps towards that.
What we should do is hopefully, if Milix does really well, I am willing to contribute a good amount of my Milix to buy an island somewhere, and then we create some sort of AI DAO to sustain the island, and that'll be kind of like an incubator project for a new world government.
This is really fun. You really got to read that story because.
Really? Oh no! Are we really on that page? Okay, cool. That's amazing. Okay, guys, so we're reaching the 10 million mark, and congratulations to Princesses. You have won 10 million Milix. Next prize is for 11 million Milix. So that's really fascinating. Yeah, I can't wait to read it. So if anybody here that's watching and they want to read it, they can go to octo.tangle.com, and it's one of your latest posts. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah.
Congratulations, Rajni. 11 million. Go on.
But there's the link to the first one, and there will be one published every day, posted every day.
That's super cool. Super cool.
Yeah.
Samuel Cuckoo, 12 million Milix for you. Samuel Cuckoo is the guy who is usually in the chat asking of how to make money. So you just made some. Congratulations. And New Day Risen in the chat says that maybe we should have to fire the accountant now because his name wasn't added on the list. But he says, just kidding. But next time. Okay, spinning the wheel again. This is for 12 million Milix. Who is the lucky person? And it's one of our favorite new users on Tangled, Felita. You just won 13 million Milix. Congratulations. Yeah, so I guess we skipped one here. Now, South Africa, represent. Yeah, so fun fact, guys, we are in the final round of the Tangle tournament with 3 people left competing to win the title of Tangle Tournament 4. And I believe it's 400,000 or 400 million Milix up for grabs to the winner, not counting all the other Milix that they got. And speaking of winners, everyone that participates will get a 5 million Milix bonus. And speaking of winners, Danny, aka me, just won 14 million Milix. I didn't know my name was in the wheel, so kudos to me. So that means you have a chance too, Octo. Yeah, I see you right there. Yeah, you're still in the wheel, so you have a chance for winning big. I believe there's 2 more spots, right? Or that was 4. Oh, I got the second place. So the winner is none other than Joker. Joker, congratulations. You won 15 million Milix. And for all of you that did not win, which I believe is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of you.
Oh, wow.
I apologize. Stick around next time when we do a stream this Friday. You will have another chance to win some Milix. Nonetheless, you're always a winner if you're on Tangle.com. Make your account if you haven't already. And you have so many ways to earn there. And as always, check out FiatLeak.com to get the latest news on crypto, the latest prices, and different data points and metrics, such as our exclusive market summary. Octa, I want to thank you, as always, for giving us your insights in the market and beyond. We kind of did a little bit of prospecting into the future of what we can expect. And I think everything that we said, as science fiction as it may sound, I think it's going to happen inevitably, and cryptocurrency will have a front row seat in this.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree. Thank you, Danny, for having me. And as usual, we'll see you next Friday.
We will see you all next Friday. Thanks, guys. And for all of you that bet correctly, we will find out tomorrow, and you will earn some Milix from the up or down vote on the Bitcoin price for Wednesday.
Yeah, that's right.
The bets, yep. So thank you guys again. Make sure to like this video, like and share on Twitter, and subscribe to us if you haven't already. We appreciate you guys more than you know. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you next Friday. Cheers, everybody.
Take care.